So what's up, guys? In today's video we're going to talk about the rise of single men as well as dating in modern society. There's this new study basically that came out which said that there's about 63% of men are single that are young, between ages like I think 18 to 30, in a study in Pew Research. A lot of people have already talked about this study. I think this study doesn't apply to every country, every situation in life, so I don't really, well, I think it gives a direction and it makes sense, and it's very much the truth that there is a lot of that going on in modern society. I don't think it's the whole truth because the study is very limited, so we can take that into consideration, but I'm not gonna really go through the study in this video. I just thought I would mention it as a start, but I don't think it really matters at the large context of the global world, in my opinion. The rise of single men. There has been this long-going rise of single men, probably for like the past decade, I would say. It's where it's been going. And with the rise of dating apps and all these other things affecting men. So we have this large, you could almost say, pandemic of single men, and there's a lot of people who are opting out of dating because they're frustrated with dating, and I understand that. I've been through that myself. It can be very frustrating, and it is. A lot of men are opting out because of that and just living their single life. A lot of women are doing the same thing. They're opting out for their single life because it's easier. They don't want to date. They want to go after their dreams and whatever. And everybody has a lot more dreams nowadays and freedom and things like that. So people are going after those things. Now I think it's a little bit out of proportion to an extent. I do see a lot of single people though. Some are willingly single and some less so. But it's definitely a thing nowadays that's happening. As far as it's just affecting men, I feel like there's this Manosphere type view on things nowadays where it's like men are becoming very toxic almost in these Manosphere environments, and then because of that there's this like out of proportion exaggeration of the rise of single men all the time. Yes, it's an issue, I would say, but it's taken way too out of proportion. It's just, I think there's way too many little cogs spinning that are affecting a lot of things. It's not just about one thing. It's men and women, and it's society as a whole right now. That's the problem. And one of the things is hookup culture. So hookup culture has been a thing for a while now, and especially with dating apps and just promiscuity increasing and casual situationships and whatever the hell coming up, you got a lot of this new hookup culture that's destroying society slowly. And a lot of people are not really caring much about their body counts and things like that. I think I'll leave that up to other people what they think about that. My view doesn't really matter on the subject, because that's my personal opinion and view. I might open up on that in the future. In a future video I might go into this topic more deeply, but I just wanted to mention it. So hookup culture, basically, people are hooking up a lot more. People are like keeping it casual. A lot of, you could say, the top % men are doing most of the women and hooking up, and there's a lot of that going on in the world. Though I would say, if I would give my quick tidbit on this, I think you're going to find more fulfillment in finding one person than you would in being a playboy, as they say, because at the end of the day you're not really gaining anything out of being that. You might gain instant gratification. It might be fun for a while, but it's going to get old eventually, and you'll actually crave that deep connection, and you actually want that one person. Now, you might argue, oh, I don't. Well, that's up to you, but I would say most people are like, they want one person at the end of the day. They just can't get that real love, so they're trying to find something else. That's what I notice most people do. And with the dating apps and Tinder and everything, all these problems are being exaggerated as well. It's just, everything's out of proportion, and these dating apps are just making everything worse when it comes to all these statistics and things like that, and I have personally never used dating apps. I never will, because I just don't believe in that. I think it's dumb, and I don't think it's really a good use of my time, at least right now, I would say. But I don't think I'll ever touch them, to be honest. It's not my thing, really. I don't think there's anything else to talk about dating apps. They're a thing, and they're affecting society in a bad way, and I don't think there's much success you can find there unless you're very attractive and so on and so on. But that's up to you if you want to use them. Not really my cup of tea. Okay, so this is where I would say you should improve, but you shouldn't obsess over dating, and don't improve just for dating, because you're going to be very disappointed. You should focus on yourself, obviously, and that will help you get results a lot easier, but you're still going to have to make some effort to actually find what you want and go. If you're a man, approach, and if you're a woman, you should probably like at least hint at the men to make it easier. And if you're just not interested, then you probably can just avoid doing anything. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of this going on where a lot of people are very disinterested, even though they're kind of open to it. They're disinterested in dating, so they can't be bothered to actually go approach or give any hints. I feel like there's a lot of that going on. I noticed that in my own life as well. There's a lot of that going on nowadays, and it's kind of counterproductive if you're open to dating and you would maybe like to date, but then you can't be bothered because you've had bad experience in the past or something like that. And I think it's kind of ironic that people are having bad experience and then they're like, oh, I'm gonna opt out, I can't be bothered. But it makes sense, it's a mental waste. It can be. Now society as a whole, I think it's only going to get worse over time, and there's not much you can do other than do the best you can, trust your own values and go by that. Since technology is only improving, we're probably going to see different kinds of changes coming up, and I think year by year it's only going to get worse right now, sadly. Maybe it will get better in the future. And I wanted to touch on just real life and the internet. I saw a comment under one of my videos where it was like, this guy was like kind of black-pilled, maybe a little bit doomerish about life. This is where I would say you have to experience real life and get out of the internet, because real life and internet are two different things. You can see a lot of statistics on the internet and all these black-pilling contents, but if you never actually go outside and try and have actually improved yourself to the point where you're an attractive person, then you can't actually say that it's how you say it is in real life. And it obviously varies from country to country and region, but unless you have actually tried in real life, you can't really say. Because what I experience in real life and what I experience or see on the internet is completely two different things. And most people get stuck in this internet loophole of watching this content and getting negative and angry about it. And that's something I think people should stop. Either way, I think people should stop obsessing over dating so much. Focus on actually making yourself attractive, and if you are not actually attractive, then you should not have such high standards for yourself to get like this highly standardized woman, or high value woman, or high value man. Like if you're a low value woman or a man, doesn't matter. You shouldn't have such high standards if you can't actually yourself meet those standards that you have for the other person. Either way, that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. Basically, in conclusion, I do want to make more videos about these topics specifically, more deeply about each one of them. But I think I just wanted to say a little word on the current dating market, as well as just the rise of these single men, and I think it's a rise of single women to an extent as well. A lot of women are single by choice, more so than men. There are men single by choice for sure, and there's a lot of casual stuff going on. So a lot of people are not in relationships, so they're technically single, but they're in a situationship, for example, or hooking up, whatever. So I think these statistics are a bit skewed to an extent. Anyways, thank you for watching the video, and see you in the next video.